So, welcome everybody. Welcome to this meet, and this is the first meet of us in this new term. And I hope everyone is doing good on the 6th of September. And I am Chatrapal Singh Rathore. I am your newly elected secretary for the house, and I'll be carrying on with the work of the secretary for this 24-25 term. And hope you all. I hope every one of you present here would apply for the GL elections, and if you do get elected, we get to work with you all, and hope we have a very great year ahead. Aditya Rao, our Deputy Secretary, is also here with us. Aditya Rao, please introduce yourself for
Okay.
everyone
Hi,
present.
everyone. Thank you, Chatrapal, and welcome everybody to this interaction session or orientation session, where all of you who are hoping to become GLs soon will be guiding you all. And just a brief about me, I'm Aditya Rao. Most of you already know. I'm doing the second term in diploma in electronic systems, and I'm going to be your deputy secretary of Pichavaram House for 1 year. So I really hope to make things great, and hopefully we won not hopefully, but we'll definitely win the house trophy for this year. Chatrapal, you're on mute. Can you unmute yourself? Hello. Uh, we still can't hear you, Chatrapal. Can you change your mic, maybe? Okay, guys. So until Chatrapal returns, I'll just give you a brief about what we'll discuss here today. So, this meet has been organized by us to give you details about the GL elections, and we're here to clear your doubts. Okay, so what's a GL? A GL is a group leader. Okay, so all of you most certainly have been put into your groups already. You must have your group number. So, what we do every year is that we choose one person who is responsible and who deems fit to actually be the leader of that group, as the name suggests. So, group leader has some responsibilities, but they're not too much. So, don't worry, it will not affect your studies in any way. All right, the responsibilities are basically that every at the end of every term, you'll have to submit a report of what happened in your group, and basically what you'll have to do is you'll have to see if anybody in your group has a doubt related to academics or related to the course or anything else. You just help them out and you resolve their doubts through WhatsApp DM, through email, through Gmeet, whatever way you feel will be easy for the both of you. And if needed, it's not completely mandatory or compulsory. If you feel like it, you can also organize meetups in your exam center before the exam or after the exam. You can take photographs and you can post it in the group and put it in your report. Okay, so that is the basic idea of the group leader. Why? Because the groups have been formed and the group numbers have been assigned to you based on your exam center and your exam city. Okay, so for example, until today I was in group 544. So group 544 has its exam center in this particular city, and there are at least 30 to 35 members as of now. Okay, so I was the group leader until this month. I was a group leader for the last 1 year, and at the end of every term, I just had to submit a report of the things that I did. See, a lot of people had multiple queries regarding their course. As I already said, the course doubts, what subjects they should take, and especially since I'm in electronic systems and I was there since the inaugural batch, there were a lot of students who had multiple queries. Okay, Our electronic systems, as you all know, has an offline lab component where we go to the campus. So multiple students were utterly confused on what to do. So what we did was we organized a meeting of all the members in Pichavaram House who were in electronic systems, not just my group, and we had a doubt clearing session. All right. And apart from this, you also have one minor responsibility, that is to basically identify talent in your group. Okay, so you will obviously have to have interactions in your group where basically just talk in your group and get to know the members of the group. And if anybody wants to, let's say, start a club, then what you can do is you can talk with him and find out what club he wants to start, what's the idea behind him wanting to start a club. This is an example, okay? It might not be this, and after that, you can just tell him to contact us, or maybe get into the club founders group. So this is what the responsibilities of group leader are in basic words. And yeah, Chatrapal, you can go ahead with the formalities.
One second. I hope I'm audible now.
Yeah, you're audible. Chatrapal. Go ahead.
Okay, so a brief introduction has been already given by Aditya, and that pretty much explains the basic of what group leader is and what you will be doing. And let's, well, without further ado, we'll continue with first of all, what are the roles and responsibilities of a group leader? So, well, the first of all, the very basic thing is we will have to maintain communication between group members and all the updates which you get regarding the degree programs or anything else from the IITM or any events we organize, the house or anything else. You would be the person to give them the all the information. You would be the one connecting them to everything that is happening around. Then second, as Aditya has already mentioned, we are focusing a lot on offline meetups. So you will have to arrange one meetup, offline meetup every month in your center wherever you are, and we we like to foster more positive interaction, and this is one way we are doing it. And also, apart from this, near the quizzes and the end terms, you would have to, suppose 2 3 days earlier or something like that, you would have to keep doubt clearing sessions, general doubt clearing sessions, not study specific, like 2 3 hours. So people, you will be present in the meet, doing your work. People will join in, and anything, any problem they have. Suppose with, let's say, many new people have problem with which uh, session they have to give the papers in. Can they give the paper and their course paper in some different session? And in some trivial doubts like these, you would be present to solve it for your house, for a group. And so these sessions you would have to do for 2 3 days near the quizzes and terms. This is one thing. And then definitely you will have to ensure the well-being of all the group members. You would have to be present to provide them any academic support, however much you can. And this is one thing that would have to be very, you would have to be strictly ensure about this, because you would be acting as a point of first contact with the members that are present in a group. So that is one thing. Secondly, these were the house, this group specific activities which you would have to be catering to. Apart from this, you would also be participating, since you are a member of the house council, so you would also be participating actively in the decisions of the group, decisions of the house. Sorry. And we have a lot of clubs, and we have a lot of new clubs coming up. So you would have to also be a part of the management of the clubs. Some The roles won't be, responsibilities won't be very high, and they won't be very demanding. Definitely not. But you would have to be part of it. You have to ensure, let's say, for suppose, if you are in the management team, look after some of the groups that are there in the club or some other things like that. And there are other departments also. Maybe you could aid in the design department or the content department, and all the other departments that are present in the house. You would have to be willing, you would have to be there to help them. And also many of the events or anything else the house does, as a part of house council, you would have to be present to help there. The fifth thing is, every new term, a lot of people will be coming up, new people to this degree, and there your job would be to ensure every junior is getting added to your groups, and they are getting welcome to all the information that is present, and they are they're let at ease by you. So basically, it's like the onboarding stuff. You would have to manage that. You would have to see that they don't have any problem uh, joining this degree and as a new student there. And also, well, since it is coming to a part that you are also the admin of your WhatsApp groups, you would be looking after them. So it is imperative that you would have to ensure that the communication is safe and there's nothing wrong or fights going on and anything that demeans the house and the name of the IIT. You would have to ensure that, and it is a safe place for every member to sit. So this is one thing. And at the last, but not the least, of course, you would have to be prepared every monthly reports. The reports by the GL are submitted every month, and apart from that, any meetings you conduct, you would have to report them in put them in the reports and describe whatever was done in that day. This has to be done every month. So not a big task, but yeah, this is one of the tasks you have to do. Second, well, if we talk about the benefits, first of all, you would get the chance to be in a leadership role, and you would also get the chance to be in the management position. You would work to you will work with people, managing people, and managing people is not a easy task, but you would work with them, and since you would also be working with the different departments of the house, you'd also be getting a platform to develop those skills under those department of the houses. And then secondly, you would also be getting a certificate from the IIT. And do note that it doesn't mean that if you get elected and you become a GL, you are bound to get a certificate from the IIT. The certificate is given when you successfully complete the term and all the roles and responsibilities you were given. So, and it is not taken very lightly. Beware of that. So, in this term or in the last term of the US House Council, there have been a lot of people who weren't given certificates because they weren't active and they didn't do their job properly. So that is one thing you have to take note of. It doesn't mean that if you're elected, you will definitely get the certificate. It doesn't work that way. Second, well, the eligibility is very simple. You would have to be a member of the Pichavaram House, not more than that. And well, definitely, if you are coming into a leadership position, it is imperative that you don't have any disciplinary actions against you, because I mean that defeats the purpose of being a leader in the first place. Second, you would have to be taking subjects in those 3 terms. The 3 terms being from the September to the next term, September till when our House Council term remains. You'd have to be in the tenure. You cannot not have any subjects in the registration kept alive student, RKA student that is. So that is one of the eligibility. Even after one thing I'd like to mention is all the nominations that we are getting will be taking care of those and evaluating those on a case by case basis. So if we see that there are some pretty good skills you possess, which would be very beneficial for the workings of the house and the house council, we might end up looking against looking against some of the eligibilities. But even then, do know that such things won't be entertained much. Second, and well, let's come to the election process now. So first of all, the elections are going to start from tomorrow, day after tomorrow, sorry, and the nomination time is still has been extended by a day. It would be open till 5 p.m. tomorrow, and the elections would start from the 7th. And the elections will be conducted in batches, so we won't be having all the house groups going in one go. We'll keep it in batches. So and maybe we'll take it. The time schedule will be shared later, but we keep 4 5 days of the elections, and each group will have their elections for a day. So that is the process. Now let's come to well, when there's one person, automatically there's no point of voting, so he will definitely get elected as the group leader. But if there are no nominees, if that is the case, and we'll be taking a selecting acting group leaders. So what acting group leaders is that other nominees who weren't selected will get one from them by a choice. That would be the decision from the House Council, the Deputy Secretary and the Secretary, and will elect them as the acting group leader for the houses which did not have any nominee at all. And for, well, houses, the groups don't have a lot of members, so we have kept that when there are more than four nominees, we'll be selecting amongst those multiple nominees on the basis of their skills. So the skills which would be useful in this House Council term. So basically, like content research or design or outreach or PR, anything that you can you possess, you have done anything about it in it, or maybe you just you don't have any experience in it, but you have a good portfolio to show around. Do note that it's not a huge thing, or we don't require a lot of experience in these things. But if those are present, that would be given the added impetus on when we are selecting the four nominees in cases where there are a lot of nominees. And after that, the election will go as it usually goes with the selected four nominees, and those would be the people, those would be the nominees who the people would vote for. And again, the authority, the deciding authority, it's with the secretary and deputy secretary. Sorry, and as I've already mentioned, the final word would be from the us two people in the matters of selection and the election. Well, now we'll continue with the Q&A session. If you have any doubts, anything related to this or GL, do share your questions. And do note last date for nomination filing is tomorrow at 5 p.m. Now we can have questions. You can raise your hand and then we can call out, and you can ask a question, or you can also put it in the chat. Whatever feels better, you are free to ask questions. Okay, Anil, yeah, please go on.
Yes, will the elections happen in a website as the upper house council elections happened, or how will be the process?
The elections will be through the Google Forms. You'll be sent a Google form with your group ID. Okay.
Okay, okay, that form will be shared to all the members of the group.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, anyone else who has a question? Also, one more thing to note: the elections and the forms would be accepting votes till the 24-hour period. So you have the option to change your votes in between any time in between that 24-hour period. It won't be like you voted and then you can't vote again. I mean, you can't vote again, but you can change your vote. That is the basic thing. And also, well, you have your group WhatsApp groups for each group members, so you can interact with the people who are standing there, and you can learn more about them. And the promotion period will also be there. It will be like there's no specific promotion period before the election voting period. The promotion can go on in between the voting period also, and so you can interact with the nominees who are standing in your groups and learn more about them too. Anyone else who has a question?
Can I get to know who are the co-nominees of my group?
Sorry, you weren't audible. Can you come again?
Okay, can I know who else is a nominee from my group?
I guess there's some issue. So, like you're saying, you can go from the meet. Is that so?
No, I think he's asking, will he be able to see the other candidates, other nominees from his group?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
You would be able to see all the candidates in the G form. No problem about that. You would also be informed about the candidates in the WhatsApp groups. Don't worry about that. You would know. Yeah, Shivam, please go on.
Okay, so what if no one filed the nomination from my group? So then who will be the group leader?
Aditya, could you repeat his question again? I could not hear the last part.
I mean, like if no one filed the nomination from my group, like my group is 210. If no one filed the nomination, then who will be the group leader?
Okay, so if no one files, we'll have, like, as I mentioned, acting group leaders. So the other nominees from the other groups who weren't elected, like who lost the election, we'll be getting someone from them to be the group leader, acting group leader for the groups which didn't have any nominees. So that is what we will be going to do. I hope it is clear. Okay, also one more thing I didn't mention. So like the work hours would be like you have to give like 3 hours a week, 2 3 hours a week. That's the required amount of time you would have to give for being a group leader, and well, that's not much actually. So like you can see, it's like 15 to 20 minutes a day. That's not much, and well, the experience you get and the time you get to be in the house and the event organization and all the setup, and also you get to be in the UHC group G space where you get to interact with the faculties and IIT administration regarding any queries you have. So that is one of the plus you have when you be in such a leadership position. You learn a lot and you get to hone a lot of new skills. So that is one thing. Anyways, we'll move on to questions now. Does anyone else have a question? You can ask, or you can also put it in the chat. We'll take up from there. There's one more. Sami, the voting would be there technically. We'll see about it because if there's one member, there's no point of voting. But we'll see how much people. We would like to see how much people were in favor of the person standing. So we'll have the voting still, even if there's one person. Yes. Do we have anyone else? Aditya, seems like that's all, I guess.
Yeah, I guess
Election result.
everyone is pretty clear about the idea of the GL group leader here. And also, I would like to highlight one more thing. Earlier, when I was saying about the meetups, I misspoke. From last term, actually, it has been made mandatory to conduct at least one meetup in your exam centers. Okay, every time you meet. So what you need to do is you just gather all your group members before or after the exam and just have some sort of discussions. Okay, you don't need to. It's not. You don't need to go to some restaurant or anything. You just, if you want, you can have a group study session or something, take photographs and have some time together, and yeah, and you can call that a meetup. Okay, and but the thing is, you will compulsorily have to do this with your group members. Okay, yeah, this has been mandatory, been made what am I saying, been made mandatory since last time. Samir, do you have a doubt?
We have to do this meetup for every quiz or in a term only. In a term, one meetup is fine.
I think it is one
It's
meetup
like
every quiz, right?
yeah, one meetup every month that it is. So
Yeah,
that is what we have to
So
do.
we have to do it after every quiz, like quiz one, quiz two, and end term.
yeah. Every quiz. I mean, every time you guys meet up at the exam center, you can have one session.
Okay, no problem. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. In
You
the
can also
chat,
meet
I
up
think.
like
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see
So,
one
like,
doubt in the chat.
adding to this, you can also keep meetups in, let's say, in a park where you all your friends from the degree come and play. That also counts as a meetup thing. And like any activity where a lot of people are involved from this group would be called a meetup, and you're free to organize any sort of thing. You can also, I mean, there's also a provision to get a refund from the IITM. So like, you guys put in the money at the start, and there's a certain limit for that, and then you get reimbursement for that also. So there's no problem with that. You can also have meetups if you want in places where like you can have food, or you can also visit places where there's some money involved. So to a certain limit, the ITM also reimburses that. Yes, Aditya, you can go with the questions.
All right. In the chat, I think Srinesh is asking, now I have changed my exam center. How will my group change? Do we have any process for that for the people who change their exam center?
So like the group usually doesn't changes, but I have not seen group changes ever. But you can write to them, the IITM. Most probably they won't be changing it, but you can write and see if it happens.
No, actually, I have read it like if someone have changed their exam center, if they want to change their group number, they can just write an email to the secretary and he can change.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
has authority to change.
yeah, we can do
Like
that
we,
if it has been authenticated.
yeah, but
Also,
basically it is that we don't allocate people to houses or groups. So it's not in our power to change it. IITM can, but so I mean you can write to us, and we you can write to the IITM. You can tag us, so we'll also be kept in the loop for whatever the changes happen. But we personally cannot change it. It's not in our hand. Yeah, Prakash Puri, yes. Okay, wait, I'll put both our emails in the chat.
what is it?
Prakash, do you have a doubt?
Yes, what can I eligible for GL nomination? Because I am foundation level.
Yeah, if you're a foundation level student, you can contest for the election. Okay,
Okay.
you just need to be in this degree for one term.
Yes, I two term completed.
Yeah, yeah, then there's no
I
problem. You can contest in the elections.
yes. Okay. Thank.
Hello.
All right.
Hello.
I also have one thing that I wanted to say. All of those who have been nominated, okay, we'll be sharing a link with you where you'll have to submit your photographs, okay, your photographs of your face, so that we'll be able to put it on the election Google form, okay, so that your group members will be able to vote for you after looking at your face. Okay, so you'll have to send us your photographs, and we'll put it on that Google form. And
Uh, Excuse me, Aditya. What
yeah,
do you said all the members who have been nominated or who are putting their names forward for the nomination?
who are being you know well just put it in simple words. If you want to contest for the GL elections, you have to send us your photographs. Okay,
Okay.
there is nothing that you are nominated or you're not nominated.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, if you want to contest, you will have to send us your photographs. That's all.
perfect.
And there's a
Yeah,
question
Aisha,
in
you
the
were
chat.
some
uh,
question.
yeah, is it necessary to have CGPA 7 or more than 7?
No, we don't have a criteria of CGPA as such, and even in when there are a lot of nominees, CGPA won't be used, but anything we have, as mentioned earlier, those would be used to shortlist some of the candidates when there are fewer. CC4, but not CC3. And I suppose Aisha Gupta had one question. She had opened mic. Aisha, you can go forward with it. Aisha, are you there? Or can write in the chat. No problem with that.
Chatrapal, your voice is breaking.
Is it audible now?
No, it's still breaking. We are able to hear only cuts in your voices. All right. In the chat, one person is asking, where can I find my group number? If you aren't allotted your group, and if you haven't been put in your group yet, you will be put. But I think by now everybody should have gotten their group numbers. But yeah, we'll look into it. I have your roll number. Okay. If there's anything, you can contact us. And when will the campaign for elections start? You can already start campaigning. Okay, you can in your groups only. Don't do it in the common groups. In your groups, the numbers which have been allotted to you can start. And if you want to know whether you are nominated or not, I think Yash Gupta has this question. There is no such thing as nominated or not nominated. You just put your names forward to contest in the election, and after the result, we'll just let everybody know who won the GL elections.
Yeah, basically you're nominating yourself. No one else is
Yeah.
there. So like you put the name yourself.
Can I
I
contest
hope
for
my
GL if I have not given end-term exam? You should be a student in this degree, and you shouldn't. I mean, your status of your registration should not be RKA. Okay, if you have not given end-term exam, that is probably related to the academics. You'll be repeating your end-term in the next term. But yeah, if you can, I mean, you can contest if you are a student.
Aditya, one more thing.
Yeah.
Aditya and Chatrapal. After these nominations, I mean, the list of nominations they have gone through. I mean, the deadline is tomorrow, right?
Yeah, it's tomorrow 5 p.m.
Can we get a list of contestants for particular groups or something?
You mean you want the list of all groups?
And not all groups. I mean, my main concern is my own group.
Yeah. Don't worry about that. For your own,
Yes.
you'll be able to see everybody who's contesting when you get that Google form. Okay, the Google form will be shared one day after.
Okay. I mean, if there are no other contestants in my particular group, then I mean, extensive, aggressive campaigning is not necessarily required, right? By default, I should be the one going through, isn't it?
Yeah, you could say that, but we do generally recommend you go forward in the well, if you talk about campaigning.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, aggressive campaigning is generally not necessary for a group leader election. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
coming to the point of as you said, if there is only one person who is contesting, the election will still be carried forward. Well, election will still be conducted, but since you're the only person, you will be elected.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So
all of it
basically it's
after
like
tomorrow. Yeah,
yeah.
Chatrapal, say.
Yeah, so like basically the thing is when you're promoting yourself, you're doing the promotions. It's not just about uh, you know showing how much you're better, but also that the other members get to know about you and the interactions start in the group. The group becomes more active and they feel safe around you, safe
Mm.
around, safe enough to share. So that's also one of the important points. So
All right.
promotions are also important in that sense also. You get the point, I guess.
Okay. All right. So just for information, get to know each other and all that stuff. Okay. All right.
Yeah, Harsh, you were asking something.
No, my question is solved. My doubt is solved. Thank you.
No, wait 1 second, Harsh. Did you ask for the Google form, or did you mean nomination, as in you want to put your name for contesting the election?
Yeah, I want to put my name, so I just want to know the process. So where
Uh,
can I file the nomination?
Chatrapal, we have shared a link, right,
Yeah,
for the people who want.
yeah, I'm sending the link here.
Yeah, yeah. Just fill that form. The last date is tomorrow 5 p.m. Okay, just fill that form so
Okay.
that we can save your name.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I put the
Samir
link in
is
chat.
asking one question. Will the GL be responsible for adding new members of the house to the WhatsApp groups? Yeah, you will be responsible, but we'll make it easy for you because we'll be sending you the contacts and you just have to go to the settings and do an add all. Okay. At a time, I don't think we'll be giving you more than 10 to 15 contacts. So yeah, we'll just, once we get the sheet from IITM student activities or whoever gives it to us, we'll segregate the groups, and for each group leader we'll be giving the list. Okay, so you'll just have to add it.
Last time around, we had to fill the G form if you had to join a particular group. So this time it's going to be other way around. The group leaders are going to get the contacts directly. That's what you are saying.
Is that so, Chatrapal?
Like he's saying that the new members used to fill a form and then they used to get the details about the GL and everything. So, like, we have not decided about it yet.
Hmm.
After the GL elections get over, and then we'll finalize which method we'll be using. So, like, it's not possible to comment right now, but we'll decide among with all the GLs. Whichever method is better, we'll go with it. Yes. So, any more questions anyone has? How do we submit a photo? Okay, so we'll be rolling one G form after the nomination stop, and there you will be given the option to add the photo, and like, that way you'll be giving us the photo for the elections. So I guess we'll wait a minute or two more and see if someone else has a question. If not, then I guess wrap up the. Okay, I'm getting the yes. Please go.
Arpit, if you have a question, you can unmute yourself and ask it.
I just want to say that can you resend that link for the nomination that you have mailed or WhatsApp?
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat right away.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I
Send
sent
the
it.
chat. What will be the frequency of GL and deputy secretary meeting?
Every term there will be one meeting, and if
Every
needed,
time one.
we will inform you about conducting more meetings.
Okay.
So the thing is, rather whether or not we have meetups, meetings with the GLs, there would be a meeting with the House Council. So and different work or events we would be doing. So in that sense, we would be active and we would be having regular inputs from you.
At what time tomorrow election will be held?
Come again, Arpit.
At what time the elections will be held tomorrow? Or at if not tomorrow, then at what date?
Okay, so you're asking about the election time.
Yes, and the date also.
So for each specific group, it hasn't been decided yet. It would be revealed tomorrow, the whole schedule. But it will go in batches. So like in one day, we'll have five, six groups. Then the other day, we'll have five, six groups or something like that. And the election, like time for each group would be 24 hours. So basically, let's suppose it starts today 12 p.m. so it will continue till tomorrow till 12 p.m. the voting phase, and you can vote, you can change your vote in between that time, but afterwards, and like after it ends, the results will be declared, and well, you will have the winner.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'll put the link of this. More importantly, in the I'll put the link of the documentation. It has all the rules in detail and everything. So that is much better for you to go through.
I have a doubt. Can I ask?
Yeah, go on.
Uh, do jail have something specific work in the paradox event? Like the secretary and deputy secretary can't hold a position in paradox event. There's something rule like that. So is it there also for the jails also? And do they
No, no,
have
no.
specific
Uh,
work at the paradox also?
Yeah, yeah. If you're a GL, there is no restrictions for you. The restriction is only for UHC members. Okay, UHC members as in secretary and deputy secretary. If you're a group leader, you're free to conduct your event or join the paradox team, just like was the case with me last year. I was the group leader of 544, and at the same time, I conducted an event called Robosoccer at Paradox. So yeah, don't worry about that.
And the second doubt, do they have something more responsibilities in the paradox, like
Uh,
allocating, making sure that all people have been allocated hostels and they have received the food coupon, etc.
no, no, no. That is not the group leader's responsibility. That there is a completely different department for that, and yeah, the group leaders won't be given that responsibility.
Okay.
Can I leave the
Everyone
meet
do.
if my queries are resolved?
Yeah, sure. If you don't have any questions, feel free to leave. What
Thank
are
you.
the perks of being a GL? Well, we have already discussed about it, but I'll tell in brief. So basically, first of all, you get to work with the house council. You get to have a position of leadership and management. So well, you can show that as an experience if you are going for any other roles in the IITM. So let's suppose paradox it counts like that. And first of all, you will be developing soft skills basically. So those are very important. We all know, and well, those would help you later on. uh, apart from that, you'd also get a certificate on like completion of all the duties throughout the year. You'll get a certificate from the IIT acknowledging your work, and then you also get to first of all, since you're getting to work with the different departments of the house, you get to experience a lot of new fields, and you get to learn new skills. Secondly, then you'll also get in much more contact with the IITM administration, basically to facilitate doubts that have been of the students, but you get to be in more contact with them, uh, a little bit more contact, to be a little bit more to be precise, but yes. So those are the basic perks of being a GL, and apart from that, well, you can go to higher positions after being a GL. So like many higher positions, including the secretary and deputy secretary position, requires some sort of experience in the IITM previously, and GL being such a leadership position counts as one. I hope you get the idea of it.
Yes, I get the idea. Thank you.
Cool. Guys, I urge you to please go through the documentation. All the responsibilities and everything is there in detail. And so it will be better. You will be better equipped. Apart from that, you can also, uh, if you have any other query after reading the documentation, you can also ask us. You have our emails, so you can contact us, or in the G space also you can tag us, or anywhere you feel comfortable enough. Anyways, I suppose there are no more questions now, so we can finish the meet, I guess. Aditya.
Yeah, I guess we covered almost everything, and we also answered, the important doubts everybody had. So yeah, I guess we can end this meet, and what we can do is, if you guys have any more doubts, just leave us a message and tag us in the house common groups, and we'll try to answer it at our earliest. Okay. So keep in mind, if you haven't already filled the nomination form, please do fill it. The link is in the chat, and the link has already been shared in the WhatsApp groups. And we'll make sure to share it again as well in case you missed it. And please do fill it at your earliest because the deadline is tomorrow 5 p.m. Okay. After that we'll be starting the elections, the actual election process.
Okay, then with this, we'll end this meet. And lovely to meet and interact with you all. Bye bye. Good night. Uh, Stay safe.
Yeah. Good night, everybody, and thank you so much. We both of us look forward to have a very nice year. Okay. All right, then. Thank you so much, guys. We'll sign up for now. Have a good night. Bye bye.
I'll stop.